Hi, Funko here. Hi, Funko here. Oh, hi, Funko here. Gencon is in full swing this weekend with several 128-player premiere events across 3 days, and we just got a massive news drop from Fantasy Flight Games about the next year of Star Wars Unlimited. In this video, I'll be covering the first cards previewed for the upcoming Clone Wars set, Twilight of the Republic, as well as the new gameplay mechanics Cooperate and Exploit. We'll take a look at some of the new official Game Genic products that will be dropping alongside Set 3, and we got first confirmation of the names and release dates for Sets 4, 5, and 6 coming up next year. That's so much news, so let's get to it.
Begun. The Clone War has.
So this news comes from the Fantasy Flight Games in-flight report presentation they hosted for attendees at Gencon, hosted by VP of Strategy Jim Cartwright. Keen-eyed viewers might notice an interesting tattoo on Jim's forearm, and yes, those are the aspect symbols for Star Wars Unlimited. Now that's brand commitment. Now I'm not hating on him for having Star Wars tattoos. I've got a few myself, and this is just the one I can show you on YouTube. I can't show you the Jar Jar above my binks. Jim spent the first 15 minutes talking about other games that Fantasy Flight does, like Arkham Horror and Marvel Champions, but then spent the rest of the 40-minute presentation talking about Star Wars Unlimited. So that goes to show how happy the company is with the game's success. Jim started things off by further confirming that we'll be seeing a Set 1 reprint at the end of the year in the holiday season. We knew that already, but it's nice to hear that that's still coming. And that stores will be getting more Set 2 product in early fall, which is very soon. Fall is an American term, so I guess that's early spring for Australia. I don't know, it's weird. If you're outside the US, you just have to get used to their language, but we should be seeing that soon. The big news though was the trailer for Set 3, Twilight of the Republic, which you can see running here. We also got a date for the release, which is November 8th, and this set will be a big influx for new players into the game. Mainly because it's set during the Clone Wars, which is very popular with fans, but also this is the first set that has the increased print and supply numbers to meet the demand they saw at the launch of the game. Because of the way printing physical product works, it's like turning a cruise ship. They knew at the launch of the game in March this year that the demand for the game way outstripped their supply, but the earliest they could adjust that was Set 3 because the lead time is so long for those prints. So Set 3 will be the first set that has a large amount of product to buy in stores. More product and more people wanting to buy that product is going to be a recipe for bang-and growth for the game, which is exciting. We also got to see the starter set leaders for Set 3, which is General Grievous and Ahsoka. Grievous is very much a droid-type leader, obviously, giving them Sentinel and buffing their power with his on-attack ability. Ahsoka gives us our first look at one of the new gameplay mechanics from Set 3, Cooperate. This kicks in if you have 3 or more units in play, and in this case, buffs her power. The other new mechanic is Exploit, which we first saw revealed on the Ventress Fancy Con exclusive card that people are currently trampling over each other to buy at Gen Con and soon at PAX West and PAX Unplugged and various other shows. Or you can buy it from eBay for somewhere between $300 to $600. That whole thing sounds like a nightmare if you're trying to get those cards, but hey, they look sick, so more power to you if you want to chase those down. Ventress has Exploit 2, and we got the explanation for Exploit on this Hellfire Tank card they also revealed, as when you play a unit with Exploit, you may defeat X units, where X is the number after Exploit, so in this case 2, and for each unit defeated this way, you reduce the card's cost by 2. So in the case of Ventress, you can defeat 2 units and make her free, or in the case of the Hellfire Tank, you can defeat 2 units and bring it from an 8 cost to 4. Now you might say, whoa, I need 3 units for Cooperate to even matter, and I need to defeat a bunch of stuff to get the bonus from Exploit? That doesn't sound very good. Well, how about some token units to fill out your board? Twilight of the Republic will be the first set to introduce unit tokens in the form of 1/1 battle droids and 2/2 clone troopers. We won't be seeing any new shield or experience tokens in Set 3. Instead, we'll be getting the battle droid and clone trooper tokens, probably on the back of the common bases, which is great because it means every pack will have one of these tokens because we're going to need a lot of them. I'm pretty excited for token units getting added to Star Wars Unlimited. Hopefully we'll see some cool go-wide decks with these fun little guys. It definitely makes sense that the Clone Wars set would add a bunch of disposable troops that leaders don't care about and can just throw endlessly at each other in a futile war. Sorry, that got dark for a second. Where was I? They showed off a bunch of new cards from the new set, mostly showing off Exploit and Coordinate, as well as cards that create new droid or clone tokens. I think my favorite of the new cards shown is the Battle Droid Escort. This is a 3-cost 1/1 that when you play it creates a 1/1 token, and then when it's defeated creates another 1/1 token. So for 3 resources, we're ending up with 3 1/1s, which is great fuel for Coordinate or Exploit. as well as buffing cards like the set 1 Rallying Cry. Suddenly having a bunch of 1/1s become 3/1s on the attack sounds pretty good to me. We also got an appearance from the head of Game Genic, Adrian Alonso. Game Genic is the company that does all the official Star Wars Unlimited mats and sleeves and tokens and all that. He was here to show all the new products that are dropping alongside Set 3 in November. There's going to be 4 new mats with awesome looking artwork, some new sleeves, some soft crates for your decks, stuff like that. I'd love to get a chance to check these out in person because their products are always really good quality. You know, maybe a little review. Hint, hint, Game Genic. #ad, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. But seriously, I really like the Game Genic products. They're very high quality. I've got a bunch of their deck pods, some mats, and their tokens. So more stuff from Game Genic is great. Not sponsored. Not yet, anyway. Also, just as an aside, this is the event-exclusive Top 16 mat that players are picking up for doing well in the Premier tournaments that are running across the event, featuring the art from the Finalizer Legendary card, which looks absolutely sick. If you see one of these mats in the wild, it probably means that person is going to crush you at their locals, or they bought it off eBay. It could go either way. And this one was given out to content creators at the show, and this looks amazing. The card art for this game is one of my favorite parts about it. There are so many different styles and different takes on the Star Wars universe, and getting to see this art blown up on a big mat to take to your games is rad. And finally, the big news from the show is we got the names and release windows for the next year of Star Wars Unlimited sets. Drumroll, please. Set 4 will be named Jump to Lightspeed in March next year. Set 5 will be Legends of the Force in July. And Set 6 will be Secrets of Power in November 2025. So let's make some educated guesses for what these sets will be about. Jump to Lightspeed? That's definitely Space Leaders. Time to flip that Wedge Antilles over and take to the skies. Maybe Darth Vader, but pilot Darth from A New Hope in his TIE Fighter. That'd be pretty sick. What about some capital ships that when they deploy, they spawn a bunch of 1/1 X-Wing and TIE Fighter tokens to protect them? Who knows? This set is really exciting to me because the Starfighters have always been my favorite part of Star Wars, going back to the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. Pew pew pew, yeah, down with the Empire. Alright, you're the baddie, so you're gonna lose, and you're the good guy, so you get to win. It's just Star Wars. I don't make the rules. Alright, next we have Legends of the Force in July, and I think everyone's pumped for this to be the Star Wars Legends set, everything that's not currently canon in the Star Wars movie universe. I mean, it's right in the name, right? Legends of the Force. So I want to see Mara Jade leader, I want to see Darth Revan, I want to see Corran Horn Unit as a Jedi, his droid Whistler, I want to see Darth Plagueis popping out a bunch of Force Baby tokens. Like, there's just so much they could do with this set from the entire span of Star Wars Legends that it's hard not to be excited about this. I will say, I don't want to be a pessimist, but I got so excited for the idea of the Star Wars Legends set that immediately my first thought was, well, what if it's not that? So if it's not Legends, what if it's just like a bunch of Jedi stuff? Like Legends of the Force could just be legendary Force users. I don't know. I guess that's still cool, but fingers crossed it's the actual Legends that we really want. And finally, Set 6 in November 2025, which is a long time away, is Secrets of Power. This, I feel like, is the one that could go in any direction. I've seen some people speculate that it's going to be Sith themed and have like a bunch of Ruler 2 shenanigans and like, you know, pieces a lie and all that other stuff they like to say. Personally, I'm hoping that Secrets of Power is going to be the Senate-based set that everyone's been clamoring for, you know, adding the new democracy arena alongside Space and Ground, where we'll play our legislation, enter into debates, maybe some new card types for treaties and trade agreements, you know, really bring that prequel energy of just a lot of talking back to the game. That's, I think, what people really want. Okay, it's probably not that, but that would be really silly, and I'm totally down for it. Actually, the only solid information we have on what this set is comes from a series of tweets from Tyler Parrott, who is one of the senior game designers at Fantasy Flight Games. You can see his tweet here. This was right after the presentation. So he said, "I don't think you guys can fathom how excited I am for Secrets of Power. It's my passion project. I pitched a specific vision and was given the opportunity to lead design a set that captures the feeling of, well, that'd be a spoiler. I'm so proud of how it turned out." Someone then asked, maybe they'd let you share a really bad hint? And Tyler went on to say, "All I can say right now is that this is my personal vision executed within Star Wars Unlimited. That said, I will add that it's going to change how people think about one of the game's core mechanics in a new way. So it's going to change how we think about one of the game's core mechanics. That could be a lot of things. My totally random guess is maybe it's something that kicks in when you don't have initiative, because right now you kind of always want initiative and there's no way to give up initiative. You can claim it from an opponent, but the rules state that if both players just pass without either one claiming the initiative remains with the player who currently has it when the next turn begins. The rules also say when you roll for initiative at the start of the game, the player who wins doesn't just get the initiative, you get to choose who has it. So you can give it away to your opponent if you want. But that's a weird one because I don't really know why you would ever not want initiative, because that lets you do things first. If you start with initiative, you're more likely to be able to play something and then claim it on turn one. In most cases, you almost always want initiative. So adding something to the game that maybe buffs units if you don't have initiative or gives you extra options by not having the initiative would be interesting, because it's not something you can choose to do. You can't give away initiative. Your opponent would have to claim it from you. So that could be an interesting dynamic, and secrets of power, political machinations, there could be something there. I guess we'll find out sometime late next year. So that wraps it up for all the news coming out of Gencon so far. After the dust settles on the event and the tournaments are over, we'll get to see the deck lists people were running and the kind of competitive meta landscape for the next little bit here. So keep an eye out for that, because that'll probably influence what you're likely to play against in your locals for the next little bit. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of content creators going through those deck lists, really breaking them down, interviewing the winners. There's a lot of great Star Wars Unlimited content out there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the subscribe and like button below. It's free to do, and it really helps me out with growing the channel, and you'll get to see more content from me. So for now, make sure you drink water, stretch, and get to bed on time, and I'll see you next time.